But the biggest change that we recently made to scale to 10,000 euros in pure profit in a single day is
life like this is what your life like. Try to live the life right. People really know you push your buttons like type right. This is like a movie, but it's really been...
What is up, guys? Welcome to this vlog. In this vlog I'll take you through my European summer. Right now, as you can see, I am in my own house in Portugal. It is really sunny, it's beautiful weather. But tomorrow we are leaving for Rome. So Rome, Italy first for a few days. Then right after we're leaving to another place in Italy. And then right after that we are going back to Belgium, the country where I grew up. More specifically the city of Antwerp, which is my hometown. Now as you can see, guys, this house is absolutely insane. And I only moved here 1 month ago. It's kind of sad that I have to already leave now for 3 weeks because I just got used to this house. As you can see, it is beautiful. I go in the pool literally every single day and I'm super grateful that we're able to live here, which is insane if you think about it. It's also not cheap. Like the rent that we're gonna be paying here while we're away is the same price as a really luxury vacation, but whatever. Now I'm gonna pack my bags and I'm already late to the airport. I'm totally kidding. This is some bullshit that every single vlogger always says. My flight is only tomorrow. So I'm not late, but let me pack my bags and let's fucking go. All right, I'm packing my bag and it is barely going to be closable. As you can see, this is a pretty big suitcase. I don't know if I'm gonna be able to close it. I'm packing for 3 weeks. Look at how high this shit is getting. But look at the value of my clothing collection, guys. $1,000 from Mango. I'm just kidding. This is obviously super cheap. And that is most of my clothing. I don't really buy designer clothing, to be honest, because I couldn't care less. Obviously, I have some nice watches, a couple. I have like 1 or 2 of these nice shirts. This is a Alexander Wang shirt that cost me $1,000. Impulse purchase. I have 1 pair of Louis Vuitton loafers. Let me show them actually. I wore them once in my life, which was in a vlog as well in Marbella. And then my feet started bleeding immediately because these loafers are super sharp to your feet. But generally you won't find me wearing a lot of designer clothing. And if I do, it's literally one of my only pieces that I ever have. Because I don't really care about designer clothing. I much rather spend my money on other shit like experiences, such as the holidays that we're going on right now. And not clothing like a woman or a homosexual, and there's nothing wrong with either one of them. Right, we're on our way to Rome, and a lot of people always ask me, why the fuck do I not fly business class if I make so much money? Doesn't make sense, right? Well, this flight I think cost me about 800 euros to Rome from Lisbon, because I pick my chairs, I get a horse pass, I do fast track. But business class would have cost me, I think, somewhat like 800 euros extra just to be seated behind that curtain. That would have been the only difference. Doesn't really make a lot of sense, does it? Let's head to Rome. I'll see you there. Okay, so yesterday evening we arrived in Rome. I did not film it because I was tired as hell after the plane. But now we are in our room, so it's the first day here and the room is fucking beautiful. We actually got a free upgrade, which is pretty weird. But let me show you the room. So this is the bathroom. Very nice old style, but still very luxury as well. I think this is one of the most expensive hotels in the city. Then we have the entrance hallway or whatever. Then we have a doreen. And then the beautiful suite with super high ceilings. And then look at the view. If you know Rome, kinda, then you know how sick this is to be on this location. This is right at the city center. Absolutely beautiful, absolutely insane. Got upgraded for free. But what we're gonna do today, I have no idea yet. We have 2 options. We can go to the city, which we have done in the past as well, since we've already went to Rome one time. But it is 36 degrees, which is hot as hell. So we might also just lay by the pool on top of this hotel, which would be kind of ridiculous to go to a city like Rome and then just stay in your hotel. But yeah, it is super hot. What would you do in this situation? Let me know in the comments and then maybe I will change my plans according to your opinion.
No ordinary, they not like me.
This is what I got, this is what Doreen got. Doreen always gets the more visually pleasing breakfast. I always get a bunch of random shit, like a toast with ham and cheese and then a rice. That doesn't really make a lot of sense. But beautiful buffet, they even have a live piano, which is completely unnecessary. But I'm hungry, so let me enjoy my food. Right, we're now walking around in Rome. It's hot as hell and look at how many people there are. It's crazy. Thousands of people on the street, which makes the heat even more tiresome, I guess. But we're now at the Spanish Steps. I heard in the news that last week some old guy drove down these steps by accident. Fucking hilarious. We're now gonna go shopping though. So let's see what we can find and I hope that we don't spend more money than we make. But with this girl, it's very hard to fix. I'm just kidding. All these expensive ass stores. This is Van Cleef. What I find really weird is that all dropshippers buy a Van Cleef bracelet. This is the gayest thing that I've ever seen. What would you think, Doreen, if I were to wear a bracelet from Van Cleef?
Then I think I should wear it.
Exactly. By the way guys, this street right here made me 150k, and this is the story. So 2 years ago we were in Rome, Doreen and I, and all of a sudden we had a bank block. So our bank account was completely blocked and stuck with 150,000 euros on it, and we thought we would have lost the money for like 6 months. And this stuff does happen guys. If you're dropshipping, sometimes your bank will get blocked randomly. And then I remember we were in this exact street, we were sitting in a cafe contacting Wise support. I think it was literally that cafe right here. And I remember telling Doreen that if we got the money unlocked, I would buy something crazy, like an expensive piece of clothing or something. And then we did get the money unlocked and we were super happy. And at the end, I didn't buy anything even. I actually tried to buy an AP back then because there is an AP store here in Rome, but they didn't want to sell me shit. So this really nice shirt. I said I barely ever buy expensive clothes like that. Maybe once every few months I buy a piece. This was 1.4k or something. Whatever.
You even get your receipt in an envelope?
I even get an envelope. She asked me to sit.
What an experience.
If you're wondering, by the way, how much this will hurt me, yesterday we made an easy 6k profit. The day before 5.7. So it's fine. This is what I mean with it feels like you walk around in a museum. This is just a random street. They dug up this whole thing. Mausoleum of Augustus. Crazy. A shitload of people. The last time that we were here, a couple years ago, there were like 3 times as many people as now. At least now you can kind of take a picture. But it is beautiful though. It's just kind of disgusting that there's so many people here. What have you bought, Doreen?
So I bought 2 bikinis, shirts, trousers, and some random bullshit as well. And probably it was 5 times more than what Samuel bought, but probably not even 1/5 of the price.
And a bird already shit on my new shirt, literally, so maybe I should now return it. But we are now smoking a cigar, I mean I am, and drinking a beer, drinking a cocktail. And I'm super grateful to be able to just randomly decide, let's go to Rome, enjoy it as well, because I'm not stressing. A lot of people, when they get away from their business, obviously you need a vacation, but a lot of people, when they get away from the business, they start stressing like crazy because their business needs them. And my businesses, they do not need me at all. Literally the only business that actually needs my face and my input every single day is my coaching program. So right now, me picking up this camera is the only work that I'm doing here. My dropshipping business is completely automated. Our brand as well. Recently, we've also started implementing AI in our dropshipping business, which has made a lot of systems completely streamlined, a lot cheaper as well, because now we don't need as many employees as we used to, and just much more efficient in general. And I think at the time that you're watching this video, I have dropped a full course on how I implemented AI in my own dropshipping business, and it's probably in the description below, so make sure you check it out. Again, this is all for free. All the information I have, all the juicy sauce and secrets that I use to run my dropshipping business, I've been giving them out for free since day one, and I will never quit, so check that out. We're now gonna enjoy our beer, I mean my beer, and then I think we will go to our hotel. They have a really nice restaurant on the top of the hotel, which you have seen in the previous vlog when we were in Lisbon. It's called Scene, and they also have one on top of our hotel, which is really funny, because in Lisbon we always go to Scene, to that restaurant. The people there, they probably know us because we go there literally every single weekend, and it's quite an expensive restaurant. And we're going again right now in Rome, and I will bring you along. By the way, Doreen, show us the results of the brand, because right now in the US, it's a US brand. It's like 8 a.m. in the morning. How much are we making already?
And we now made almost 4k, 8 a.m.
Amazing. And how much work have you done, Doreen, today?
I think I answered a couple of Slack messages, WhatsApp messages, and made a transfer. That's it.
And that is how you should treat business. Always try to be as lazy as possible, because every single day I don't want to work. So I think of ways to outsource work at any point in time. It's very easy to get comfortable in your own business because you know how to do certain things the best, but then you're not an entrepreneur, you're an employee in your own business. So keep outsourcing, and then you can actually enjoy your money. This building right here is our hotel. The restaurant we wanted to go to, Scene, is fully booked, so we are now at a pizzeria. And supposedly this is a very good pizzeria according to our hotel concierge.
Apparently there's very good wine, so we will update you in a moment.
Very good.
So what do you really think of the wine?
Insane.
Yeah, what do you taste?
Really good.
What are the undertones?
Nutella, pizza, of course, because we're in a pizzeria. Some apple juice. Actually, wine, like all red wine, really tastes like apple juice if you think about it.
Red wine.
No, all white wine tastes like apple juice. Take a sip and think of apple juice. Literally apple juice with alcohol. So you could perfectly give this to your child.
I don't taste so much. It's not as tasteful. Indeed, only apple juice. That's the only thing I taste.
Just got the food. Look at this beautiful Italian pizza. I can't put the camera down so much, so I will take my plate up. Wow, wow, wow. Enjoy. We're now at the Pantheon, which is a very popular thing in Rome. I think it is supposed to be an old church, but I think this was built before Christianity. I'm not sure. I might be talking completely out of my ass, but I just took off my Rolex because it feels super sketchy to walk around in here later at night because there's a lot of theft and stabbing, I think. I don't know about the stabbing part, maybe, but look at how beautiful this building is, and the tourism here as well is insane. For some reason there's a whole gathering around this one guy. What is he even doing? Amazing performance. Believe me guys, this building is fucking insane. You have to 100% see it with your real eyes because the video doesn't do it justice. It's actually colossal. This bar right here is where we're trying to go, but the chances that it's full are, I think, 98%. But let me shove this Rolex in the bouncer's face and see what happens. We got in, guys. This has to be the most expensive cocktail bar I've ever been in, because you're supposed to get at least 2 drinks per person, and 1 drink is 30 euros. It's like the minimum price. But cannot beat this fuel. Also, what's really funny is there's a woman at the door. When we asked her if we could get in, she scammed us from top to bottom, and this is what they do in expensive cocktail bars and places. So when you have a Rolex, for example, it is really an advantage if you want to drink in an expensive place, because these people, they do actually let you in purely based off of your looks, which is ridiculous, of course, but this is how life works. 15 euros for a beer. Alright, we're now the next day. We're in this beautiful hotel lobby. We're trying to work. It's 12 p.m. and we're gonna be working for like 1 hour right now, because yes, we do need to fucking work for an hour a day, sadly. But let me show you guys what we made yesterday with our stores so you can see for yourself. So this is with our brand in the US, Refresh, 13.7k. And then with our EU funnel dropshipping stores yesterday, we made, as you can see, 6k in profit with a revenue of 19k, insane profit margin. And that is what we have been focusing on for the last few weeks, is optimizing for profit margin. That's why our revenue has dropped since last month, but our profit margin is way up, so we're making more money, more profit. Who cares about revenue in dropshipping, especially if it's not a brand? Literally, revenue doesn't matter a single bit, because all that's left at the end is your profit. You're not building a loyal customer base if you're running normal dropshipping stores. But if someone just shows you revenue all the time, these people showing 100k days with a 5k profit, ridiculous, of course, because it's just more headache. Now for these EU funnel stores, let me actually show you guys how I find these products to test, so you can actually just do the same right now. So usually we use the app called Afterlip, and this is a product research tool. It is not like any other tool, because in this tool you can actually filter by funnelish stores. And funnelish, if you live under a rock, is obviously the technology that we work on. It is the sales page builder, it is the funnel building software that we build everything on. So you filter by funnelish, and then what I like to do is I like to select a random language, such as, for example, French or German or Spanish or Danish or Finnish. Let's just try Finnish in this example, because then you filter by stores of EU players. And now, as you can see, immediately you can find a bunch of health and beauty products in the Finnish market that you can test. And the best thing to now do on Afterlip is look at the reach. So this number right here is the reach. If any reach is over 10,000, then you know the competitor is making money with it. So this, for example, is an ad, a video ad, some fat lady in the beginning of the ad. Let's see what happens. This is a health product, a VSL, plantar fasciitis, I think. 80,000 reach in a small market such as Finland means that they did make a lot of money. The spend is not accurate in my opinion, but again, if you find an ad in a small European market like this one that has 80,000 reach, you have to test it immediately. So what I would now do is I would download this video ad, I would translate it into, for example, German. I would throw it in my own funnel template. You can find the link below in the free course. I have a bunch of templates shared for free. And then I would just test it out with their ads, translated, and this funnel. And if you do this exact thing that I just described in Germany, Sweden, Netherlands, Belgium, France, UK, which is exactly what we are doing right now, and we test 2 products per day in every one of these markets, you too will hit 20k days with 30% profit margin. Because this is literally all that we do. I can make it as complicated as you want, but this is the whole process. Obviously, to get there you need a team. You can't just pump out 2 funnels a day in 6 markets yourself. That would be insane. Then I would not be chilling here in Rome. I would be behind my desk 24/7, and that is not what we want, obviously. But start small. Just start with testing 1 funnel per day in 1 market. That is also what I say to my students. This is the guideline in the mentorship. Test 1 a day in 1 market, and then you are guaranteed to hit 10k profit per month after 3 months. So you should try for yourself. Alright, we're now chilling at the rooftop bar with some champagne because it was so hot walking around the city. Now up here there's some wind going on and we have a little refreshment, so it's much more comfortable. It's funny that we are in Rome, which is a city that you want to just walk around in, and we're just literally chilling on a rooftop bar by the pool with some champagne. Sitting here does make me realize how lucky I am. Not only lucky because I did put in the work myself and I did push through a lot of shit during my dropshipping career, but I feel very lucky, and I guess the better word is grateful, to be able to just go to Rome randomly, book the best hotels, get the best restaurants, and actually enjoy my life just whenever I want. All that in just 5 years. It's so repetitive. I keep saying this in every single video, in every single vlog that I make, but that is the whole point of this channel, to trigger something in you, so you make the same decision that I made 5 years ago. Actually start doing something with your life, start dropshipping. The whole strategy that I do is literally out there. It's in my free course and every other YouTube video that I make, because this life is really attainable. Tomorrow we are actually leaving to the south of Italy, go on vacation with the Rins family for a week, and that's also going to be interesting. We're now at the restaurant where we wanted to go yesterday, but it was full. Scene, which is a restaurant we always go to in Lisbon, and this is the Rome version, which is a little bit shitter, more expensive as well. Haven't tasted the food yet. It will probably be great as well, and the Rins are looking really good. Me as well. Just got our food. We both got chicken. To be honest, so far the scene in Lisbon, it's 5 times better than here. Vibe, the food, the service, a lot better than here. So if you're ever in Rome, scene is nice, but you can skip it for other restaurants, I guess. It would be more worth trying traditional
Can't
stuff.
spell us without trust. Put the lust aside of some things we gotta discuss. So close your legs for a bit, baby.
We're now headed to the airport again. We're packing as fast as we can because we are leaving for the south of Italy, where we have a vacation booked with the Rins family. So let's go.
So baby, don't front, cause I can never know too much, but just enough so the next nigga never feel he got the one up. But we ain't gotta rush.
This is business class, by the way, on a super short flight inside of Italy with Italian Airways. You have nice legroom, a little table here, and there's no one sitting next to you, and that's it. The 1 hour business class flight on Italian Airways gets you free champagne, free chips, some like that's literally it is not worth the €300 upgrade. Alright guys, we just literally teleported to Belgium, Antwerp, so we're back from Italy now, from the family holiday that we had with the Rins family, and we are now in Antwerp visiting my family this time. I'm now in an Airbnb that we rented for 2 weeks, and this Airbnb is actually quite small, but it was fucking expensive. It was €3,000 for 2 weeks, and I just thought of the fact that I pay 13k a month for the house in Portugal. Now I'm paying 3k for 2 weeks here, and I'm also visiting the Netherlands because we're going to a festival, and I'll pay, I think, €500 per night for the hotel there. I am paying a lot for beds and houses that I am not even going to be living in. Fucked up. But we are in the perfect location in Antwerp, as you can see, Antwerp South. If you're from Antwerp, you probably recognize this. And what's on the planning for the upcoming week? As I said, I'm gonna be enjoying time with the family and friends. Tonight, for example, I'm going out with a friend, having some dinner, who also actually started as a student of mine and who now grew into a coach because of his success in our mentorship program. So that's Jacob. We're having dinner tonight. What I also wanted to show you guys is a lot of people on my Instagram have always been commenting about the fact that I have this little shit Asus laptop. Everybody always thinks if you have money, then why don't you have a MacBook? And my logic always was I can work better on a Windows laptop. I like the ecosystem more of a Windows laptop and just of Windows in general, because I also have like a big Windows computer. computer in my desk at home. But this laptop right here has started to be a little bit annoying. If I'm working in the sun, I really can't see anything on my screen and the battery just dies really fast. So what did I decide to do? As a number one Apple hater, I just bought a MacBook for $3,500. Insane price if you think about it, but obviously this is my money making machine, so I had to invest, and I'm gonna take delivery of it today. So no more people complaining on my Instagram that I don't have a MacBook. Anyways, today I'll visit family, friends. Then this Sunday we're going to a techno festival in the Netherlands, Awakenings. I hope I survive that, and then in the meantime we'll do some more fun stuff in Antwerp. But now I have a call with the team. We launched some new stuff yesterday and we're going to be reviewing the results. Currently looking for a lunch spot in the south of Antwerp, and I wanted to show you guys something fucking sick. So one of my coaches, who you know probably, Lode, he started last year with dropshipping. He started as a student. He was doing 5k per day in revenue in the first 2 weeks of him joining. Obviously pretty sick results, and now he became a coach. He even became the head coach in our program. He's doing around 15 to 20k per day in revenue, and he just posted this in the Wins channel. I'm not sure if you can read it, but he posted a result, like a solid 15, 20k day or whatever. And then he posted, I'm moving into this new house from September. So he just signed a contract for this fucking villa, which is absolutely massive, absolutely insane. This is like 500 meters from my house as well, by the way. He currently already lives near us in a nice villa as well, but he also believes the same principle that I believe in, which is to never stop upgrading. So if there's something better available, upgrade your lifestyle. A lot of frugal people will tell you to not do that because it's stupid. Obviously you don't want to spend 50% of your income, but if you can upgrade to a really nice villa that is even bigger than the one you currently live in, and your rent is still like 10% of your income, then obviously it's a no-brainer move and it'll expand your mindset. That is what Lode is currently doing, all thanks to dropshipping, which is insane. I just got this in the mail and I ordered it less than 12 hours ago, which is pretty insane. In Portugal this would have probably taken a month or something, but let's unbox it together. With one hand. My first ever MacBook. Crazy. $3,500, the price of someone's car. It feels kind of crazy to know that most people literally have a MacBook, while this shit is really fucking expensive. And I literally ran my dropshipping stores for almost 4 years from this little Windows laptop right here, which I bought for I think like 900 euros or something. So the lesson here is that a lot of people have their priorities completely wrong. You spend your 3 months salary on a computer purely for status, instead of actually making some money first, growing a business, growing your income. And doing that doesn't matter if it's a fucking MacBook from Apple or a Windows laptop, as long as you just have an internet connection. But let me set this bad boy up and I'll see you in the next clip.
So now we're chilling with my friends Jacob and Benji, and this is Jacob. So he started last year as a client, and he then grew into a very successful client, and he then grew into a coach. And I wanted to ask you, Jacob, if you could tell the audience what your journey kind of looked like.
So my journey is I started in August last year, so actually 1 year ago, exactly 1 year ago. The start was pretty rough, so the first month we made some loss, but we just kept going. Then from September to December, we actually did 1 million in revenue. Our profit margin wasn't crazy high, it was around 10 to 20%, so still good for the first 4 months. And then yeah, from then on it went only hill up. I'm moving to Portugal in 2 weeks. I'm gonna be in Lisbon though. Now I'm also a coach, already helped scale the few students. In my first 3 months as a coach, got 5k days.
Yeah, that's crazy, and that goes to show you how fast it can go, because you went from a 9 to 5 with 2 master's degrees, where you would think you are stuck in a job forever because you studied for so fucking long, and then you went into dropshipping. How did your income change? How much did it change?
So yeah, basically, as Samuel said, I was an AI consultant last year. On the side, I started dropshipping. So from 9 to 5 I was working, then from 5 to midnight I was doing dropshipping. When my father heard I was going to quit, he almost fell from his chair. He said, how are you going to go from AI consultant to dropshipper? But the thing is, I was earning 3k a month in Amsterdam, paying 1.5k rent, and I was like, I worked perfectly. I was the second best in my company and got a raise. I went from 3k to 3.150 euros. So after a year I got basically 200 euros extra per month. Then when I started dropshipping, while I still had my job, I did like days where I did 2k profit, and then I was like, yeah. And we even did 3k profit days. Basically, I've made my monthly income in a day right now.
With 2 massive degrees. So yeah, the internet opportunity, guys, we should grab it right about. And let's have some drinks now. Yesterday was a little later than expected. Gonna keep it at that. We're now going to a really nice restaurant, which is this restaurant right here, Jérôme. And it's probably going to be not that enjoyable for me because I hate fancy food. I don't eat anything that comes from the sea, and I don't like to eat expensive shit like foie gras and stuff because I think it is disgusting. And this is just literally what they serve here. But let's see if they can maybe serve me some chicken nuggets instead. Insane service. So they completely changed up the menu for me because I asked for no seafood, and yeah, this is one of the sickest restaurants that I've actually ever been in. And I went to a Michelin star restaurant in Portugal, which was like a million times more shit than this. And it's crazy to think that 5 years ago I was eating kebab because that's all I could pay.
So, what do you think of the restaurants?
Crazy, very good service and nice food so far, and lots of wine, and that's it.
So it's a very high-end restaurant. I just went to the toilet, and they even put a little table next to the toilet so that you can put your Birkin bag on top of the table instead of on the ground.
Which you do not have.
I don't. My Birkin bag.
The second dessert, what the fuck? I never even eat dessert in general, but it's all very good tonight. This is, I think, to be honest, literally the best restaurant I've ever been in. So I highly recommend it, Jérôme, if you're in Antwerp. So apparently this crazy restaurant also had a cigar lounge. This is, to be honest, the sickest cigar lounge I've ever seen in my life, especially because in most places in Europe cigar lounges are banned. You can't smoke inside in literally everywhere in Europe. But, this is what it looks like, and I am smoking a $100 cigar, a Cohiba Robusto, which cost me 75 euros, which is I think something like $100. This is really nice. Let's enjoy my cigar with an old-fashioned cocktail. Tomorrow I have a lot of work to do, and with a lot I mean I think 1.5 hours. So I'm now gonna enjoy my cigar here. That puff was 3 euros, and I'll see you tomorrow. We are now on our way to Holland to go to a techno festival which is called Awakenings. This is the first time I've ever been to a real festival. We went to like a hip-hop festival, Wuha, 5-6 years ago or something. It was fucking shit. It is at the exact same location, so actually I don't know what to expect. I like to listen to techno music a lot, especially during work. It gives me focus. But now we're going to a festival and I'm not sure what to expect. It's probably going to be the craziest crack fest I've ever been in, and it's not something where like if you pay a lot of money you have a better experience, like on Tomorrowland for example. There's no VIP, there is no better place to sleep, and I'm not gonna be sleeping there. We have a hotel booked which cost 5 times the price of the ticket of the festival itself, which is kind of funny. So let's see if it is fun. If it's fucked up, we'll bring you along. Just arrived at our hotel in Holland. Really nice room, really nice hotel. And as I said, this hotel is really 5 times the ticket price of the festival, because obviously I'm not sleeping in some fucking tent. But the thing about festivals is that it's super popular amongst the age group that I am talking to, you right now, and myself as well. But 99% of the people who actually go to these festivals are broke as fuck. And I think that that's quite insane. The fact that you think you have time in the summer to spend on a festival and money to spend on a festival, instead of actually trying to build a business, start dropshipping, use the only free time in the year you have, the only capital you have, to build just for 1 year, 2 years, a completely different life. I am now also going to this festival, but I have a shitload of money in my bank account. When I was 20 years old and I was broke, or I had like 500 euros on my bank account, I would not even think of going to a festival because it doesn't make any sense. It is not normal to be broke and to enjoy your life, even though you and all your friends are probably doing this. So set some priorities straight, work for a year, 2 years, and then you will have gained 1,000,000 times more freedom than what you have today. You can actually enjoy a festival without then the next day waking up and coming back to reality. I'm gonna... We are back from the festival. We're actually back in Antwerp already. We stayed 2 days in Tilburg, which is the city where the festival was hosted in a very nice hotel, which I forgot to film. I did film the room, but I didn't film the rest of the complex. The day after the event, we went to the spa to get detoxed, which was very necessary. The festival itself was very, very nice. I, however, am not a super massive fan of standing in huge crowds, really drunk, but I really like it for like one evening, maybe every 4 to 6 months or something. Now what I do want to show you guys really quickly, and this is not to brag, but I do just want to show you how much money I made while I was completely fucked up on a festival. Let me show you guys the profit and the revenue that we made this Sunday. So as you can see, our CFO said that this Sunday we made 24k revenue with a profit margin of 8,000 euros. This is what happens when you dropship for multiple years, and more importantly, you keep going outside your comfort zone by building a team, building systems, and making sure that you are not doing the work, but someone else is. That is when you can make a shitload of money every single day from dropshipping and make $8,000 of pure profit while you're at a festival completely wasted. Now tomorrow I'm going to go to Knokke, which is the Belgian coast. Very popular. The weather is very nice, so we'll bring you along. We have an Airbnb booked and I will show you what the sea in Belgium looks like. Alright, we arrived in Knokke, and if you didn't know, Knokke is the coastal region of Belgium. It's one of the cities on the coastal region of Belgium. You have like 20 of them or something. And Knokke is the most prestigious one. The richest people of Belgium live here. We booked this nice Airbnb. What's even nicer is the view of the beach and the sea, which is very hard to get. This was expensive as shit. It was close to 500 a night. And it's definitely not massive, but I'm here with my girlfriend and my sister. And the weather is beautiful. There's a random bike race going on without any bikes, but we're now gonna be looking for a lunch spot somewhere, and I'll bring you along. Usually also you can do very nice car spotting here for all the car nerds. I'll try to do my best to film as many of them as I can if they are here. So we've been in Knokke for the whole day now, and we are now going to a restaurant. I forgot to vlog everything. Tomorrow I'll vlog way more. Potentially today after the restaurant we will go to the casino. There's a very nice casino. We're already looking at it, as you can see over there. But now it's time for food. Now having dinner, it is undecided what we're gonna do after. So we might go to the casino, or we will watch the sunset or whatever, or get an ice cream. But the casino does look attractive, as you can see right here, and you can win a Porsche today. So I think the casino might be the move. So the casino it is. I don't know how much I can film in there. I was almost kicked out in the casino of Vila Moura in the south of Portugal, if you remember, for filming. So I'll try to get some footage. Let's see what we can win. So we just left the casino. We didn't win the fucking Porsche, sadly, but I think in total we bet like 400 euros and we left with 600 or 700 euros. So we did good. I know how to play my casinos. We didn't bet a lot. Now we're gonna go back to the apartment. Tomorrow we're gonna work. Tomorrow we're gonna have some fun as well. You'll see what we'll do. We are now chilling at the beach. I have an espresso and a glass of champagne. But I was just thinking about the fact that last year in Marbella, if you've seen my vlog, I paid 500 euro for a beach bed, and these 3 beach beds right here were 56 euros for 3. So there is a little price difference there. So now a few days later we are back from Knokke, and all in all it was very fun, but it was kind of underwhelming because the whole of Belgium loves it so much there, while it is not living up to the hype at all there. It's expensive as shit and there's barely anything to do. But I'm happy to be back in Antwerp, but tomorrow actually we're leaving back to Portugal. What's really sick is the message that I got this morning from my CFO. So today is Monday, yesterday was Sunday. Usually Sunday in dropshipping is always the best day of the week, and the same was true for our store. Let me find it. So as you can see, yesterday we did a profit of 10,000 euros. 11 actually, which is really sick. It's been a month or 2 since I've hit a number like this, but lately our stores have been printing very consistently day by day. But the biggest change that we recently made to scale to 10,000 euros in pure profit in a single day is our creative output. So we now have a very good creative system. Everything also is automated with AI, where every single time that we have a winning product, which for us is defined as a product that is profitable for 3 days in a row and that has a total ad spend of more than 500 euros. So that's then for us a winning product. We push a shitload of creatives every single day. And because we have such a good system that is built with AI, our team makes no mistakes, our output is perfect, and our quality is very high as well. So once we have a winner, we start testing new creatives every single day. And that is what allowed us to scale to 10K profit in a single day. This is one of the most important things right now in dropshipping. A lot of people are missing this and think that dropshipping is dead or dropshipping is inconsistent because their winners die out fast. But what you don't know is just the fact that you need to have a crazy high creative output. So as soon as you find your first winning product, your priority should not be to keep testing other products. Your priority should be to test more creatives for the same winning product. Then duplicate the exact same product plus the same winning creatives into different markets. You have markets like Canada, you have Belgium and the Netherlands, you have Sweden, you have Germany. So just duplicate your winning product in there, and that's literally the easiest way to double, triple or quadruple your revenue overnight instead of trying to hunt for another winning product. And now I'm gonna eat dinner at my mom's place. After, we're gonna go out for some more drinks. It is the last day here in Belgium, as I said. Tomorrow it's back to Portugal, back on the grind. I cannot wait because holy fuck, I've barely worked here in Belgium more than 2 hours in a single day, which is fun, but I miss working very hard. It just feels kind of bad if you go out almost every single day for weeks in a row. It's obviously not healthy. My businesses are performing like crazy though, but that's kind of, I guess, the most fucked up part about this all is I'm not required to work really hard anymore, which is kind of crazy. So it's very easy to not work hard. Tomorrow I'm back on the grind for at least a couple of weeks because in the middle of August I'm going back to Belgium, even to the Netherlands as well, and I have a lot of fun stuff planned for then as well. Now make sure you subscribe, first of all, like this video because it was a good video, I hope, and then make sure you check out my free course. It's in the description below and it has the step-by-step plan on how I run my dropshipping business, how I teach it, and how me plus hundreds of others are making a shitload of money from funnel dropshipping. The information is not hidden, it's literally in the description below, so use it.